In today's session of Divorce Court, when Donna married Christian, she thought he'd make a great father, but he's turned out to be a deadbeat dad.
We have a 5-year-old daughter together that she has to beg him to come and get her and spend time with her.
I give my daughter anything she wants, anything she needs.
What she needs is to have some lights on in her house.
He lives with a woman with 3 children, and he does not support his daughter in any way.
Excuse me, you're paying the power and light bill where you live with another woman with 3 other children that are not yours? Is that what you're telling me? Answer my question.
And she thought he'd be faithful.
This woman was not a prostitute while I was with her.
Christian, live up to your name.
Today, Donna Holt and Christian Holt face the judge in divorce court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Christian Holt versus Donna Holt. I understand that after 5 years of marriage, you're ready to end it. Mrs. Holt?
Yes. We've been separated for some time now. During our first separation, he was involved with another woman that was a prostitute.
She wasn't a prostitute.
She was a
Your Honor.
prostitute.
During your separation, he was involved with a prostitute?
Yes.
She
You were
wasn't a
separated.
prostitute.
How do you know
What
who
she
he
did
was?
after I was
prostitute.
with her, that's her business. She was
It was
not a
before
prostitute.
and afterwards, Your Honor. Anyway, he
And
let
what's
the
your-
bills.
What does that have to do with the price of eggs?
He let the bills. The bills were neglected at that time. That he refused to pay the car payment, the insurance
I
on the
gave
car.
her my
Hold on,
whole
Mr. Holt.
paycheck.
I can't hear but one of you at a time.
And therefore, when we reconciled the relationship after that, all our bills were already behind. It caused us to have to give up our home to move to someplace that was
Well,
completely
let me hear from you.
unacceptable.
It was a 1-year separation, and he was involved with a prostitute.
Yes.
Now, are you angry over
wasn't
the
a
fact that he was
prostitute.
involved with a prostitute, or are you angry over the fact that the bills got behind?
Both.
This woman was not a prostitute while I was with her. If she was after that, that's
While
not my
you were
business.
with
That's
her.
her business. And I gave her my whole paycheck every week.
Not at the time of separation. He
As
did
far
not.
as infidelity, I found her at an ex-boyfriend's house in the
No,
bed
you
with
did
him.
not.
Excuse me, you
Yeah.
found her?
Yeah.
So you saw her in the bed with another man?
Well, she told me she was.
Yeah.
You would leave my daughter at your mother's or
because
somewhere.
my mother's the only one that will keep your daughter. You still to this day will not go get her and take care of her.
I
What
give
daughter?
I give my daughter everything she needs. or
You do
everything
not
she
give her
wants.
nothing
You
she
guys
needs
better
unless
allow
I
me to keep
argue.
up with you. And you jumping on me, and I don't know where
I'm
you're
sorry.
going.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Now, how did we get to the daughter?
We have a 5-year-old daughter together that she has to beg him to come and get her and spend time with her.
The
That's
daughter
not
has to
true.
beg him to come and get her?
Yes.
No, every time she wants something or wants me to come get her, I do it.
Every time she wants him to, he doesn't make the effort.
Excuse me. You only go and get your daughter when she wants you
No,
to?
I go get her all the time, and a lot of times she won't even let me have her.
Oh,
I'm saying as far as like she want to go camping, I take her camping, whatever.
And
So
his
why
backyard.
don't you
Anything she
ever,
wants to do.
do you ever decide that she's my daughter and I'm the father and I want to go see her?
Yeah, I go see her all the time.
What do you mean she won't let you have her? Who's she, your wife?
Yeah.
What do you mean she won't
I
let
have
you
never
have
A
her?
denied
lot of times she
her.
says like I can't or just forget it or don't come and get her if I'm late. If I'm running a little late, you know, she's like, well, she calls and leaves messages. Well, just forget it.
So she makes
Don't
it
come
difficult
get
for
her.
you to pick up your daughter?
Right.
No, I do
And
not.
I go get her all the time.
No, I do not.
Well, Ms. Holt, if he's late,
I
how
d-
do you handle that?
I have never denied him the right to see his daughter. When
What
he
happens if
calls
he's late?
And he's 4 or 5 hours coming and getting her, and my daughter's sitting there crying at me,
What do you
wanting
do?
to know where Daddy's at. And then she decides she doesn't want to go because he's taking so long. I call and tell him to forget it. She doesn't want to go.
I doubt that your daughter doesn't
she's
want
not
to go.
even
She's
with
probably
you.
upset that he's late, and she's probably disappointed. But I'm sure, because a 5-year-old can't make that leap. Now I don't want to go because he's 5 hours late. First of all, they don't have any concept of time. They don't know if it's 5 hours or 1 hour.
She doesn't know how long, but she knows it's
right.
been a
So
long time.
Right, and she's disappointed. But I guarantee you that if he were to come, she'd be just as happy and go on with him. You make the decision that since it took him so long, he's not going to get her.
Well, the occasions he comes to get her are so rare, it doesn't really matter anyway. But I've
I
never
go
denied
get her
her.
all
It
the
doesn't
time.
matter to
I go
you.
get her all the
Stop,
time.
Mr. Holt. I need to camp out here a minute. It may not matter to you how often he comes, and it's just so rare. Doesn't matter to her. No, it doesn't matter to you. For a child, whenever they see a parent, most of the time they're happy. If the other parent will allow them to be happy, they're happy. So it doesn't matter to
It
her.
doesn't always make her happy, though. He leaves her with his girlfriend all day. So he's not spending time with her when he comes and gets her anyway.
I spend time with her when I'm with her. If I need to
You should
work
try
on
a
the
little
car or
harder. Do
something.
you have a court order to see your child?
No, he
No.
does not.
So why don't you get a court order so you won't have to play her game and decide and do it at her whim?
Actually, I'm trying to get her to go get everything taken care of.
Oh, really?
Because she wants child support and everything. I told her to go
And you
take care
trying
of
to
it.
get her to take care of it?
Yeah, she keeps...
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Hope. She's not your mother. Why you can't take care of your own business? You want to see your child, so you claim, right?
Oh, I do. And I do.
And she stops you from seeing your child, so you claim, right?
Well, occasionally she just tries to make it rough.
So since you want to see her so badly, and it's all her fault that you can't see her often, why don't you go get the court order? Why would she go get a court order for you to see your child?
Well, because she keeps threatening me with court orders.
No, you're taking that as a cop-out. You don't really want to see her that badly.
No, I go see her all the time.
Because if you did, then go get a court order.
I see her all the time.
Go get a court order and don't wait for your wife to do it.
When divorce court returns, the judge questions Christian about taking care of his daughter.
Excuse me, you're paying the power and light bill where you live with another woman with 3 other children that are not yours? Answer my question.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Donna Holt, who says her husband Christian is a deadbeat dad who spends all his money on his girlfriend's children instead of his own daughter.
What else is going on? Because I'm off that subject. You've said 2 or 3 different things.
I have bills now that I am trying to get caught up on from when he left.
The 2 months?
Yeah. No, just from altogether from when we've been separated this time, that the house that we left because all the bills were behind. We had an eviction notice. The
All
DP&L
bills
was
like
shut
what?
off. The power and light bill, which I have
paid
now,
them
is
when I
still at
gave you the money, they
$700.
would've
Hold on,
been
Mr.
paid.
Holt. I'm going to give you a chance to respond.
Which is still at $700, and I paid the bills when he gave me money.
Just tell me what bills you say he left behind.
I have a power and light bill for almost $700, and we have, and just to show you his neglect, we had a Dodge Neon that we bought together, signed together, that was repossessed after we separated because he never made another payment after
Well,
we
now,
were
why are you going to say that it was repossessed because he never made another
We were
payment?
separated.
Obviously,
He
neither
took
one
the
of you
car.
made it.
He took the car when we separated.
Well, then tell me that.
And he never made another payment on it.
So the car was repossessed,
Yes.
and the power and light bill was left on during the separation.
Right.
He left a $700 power and light bill.
Yes.
I shouldn't have to pay all that. I mean, I put a power bill after I was moved out and she got a new house. I put a power bill in my name for her and my daughter so they could have a bill. And she never paid that.
So they could have power and lights.
Right.
All right.
And they never paid that. She never paid that. And that
And
was
you
her responsibility.
you put that one in your name.
Yeah.
And
so
you
she
paid
could
it every
so
month.
she could have power.
No, he did
no,
not
I didn't
pay.
pay
He
it.
has never paid me nothing
you didn't
since
pay
we've
that
been
one either?
separated.
No, I put it in my name where she was living. I wasn't living with her.
I understand that. You put it in your name.
Right.
But you didn't pay it.
Right.
And she didn't pay it.
It was, yeah, right.
So you people think that power and lights come free. Is that it? Are you paying support?
She goes
No.
to school every day,
Hold on
no
a second,
thanks
Ms.
to
Holt.
you.
Are you paying support?
No, there's no order for me to pay support, but
Oh,
I give my
really?
daughter anything she wants, anything she needs, I get it for her.
You know what? There's no order for you to pay support, and you give your daughter
Not
anything.
to her, so because she would just take it and go to the bar.
Mr. Holt,
Whatever.
no order for you to pay support. You give your daughter anything she needs and anything she wants.
That's right.
What she needs is to have some lights on in her house. So obviously you don't give her anything she needs if the power and light bill is not being paid. So don't stand here and tell me you give your daughter anything she needs. What you're thinking about is a pair of underwear and a dress and a pair of shoes.
No, anything-
She also
anything.
needs a
Your
roof
Honor,
over her head.
toys.
Okay? That's what she needs. No one should have to ask you, and you don't have to wait for a court order to pay support to your wife when you know that you
Your
have
Honor,
a child
she
there.
would just go to the bar because that's what
Then
she
pay
does.
the light bill then.
Thank you.
You just coming up with excuses or pay
No,
the
that's
rent.
not an excuse. That's
I
what
have
she
paid
does.
my rent
She
and
never
managed to
cleaned the
keep my
house.
daughter this
She's the
whole
reason we're
time.
here.
You trying to bypass what I said and skip
No,
over.
I'm not. I'm hearing what you're saying.
And I'm going to say it again loud and clearly. If you think she's not going to pay the utility bill except go to the bar, that's an excuse. I don't give her money because all she'll do is go to the bar. May be true. Why don't you give the money to the power and light company? They going to the bar too? Now tell me why you won't pay them directly. Because there's no court order. You don't have to wait on a court order to take care of your child. It's your responsibility. And your responsibility. So you can stop putting excuses and making it his
I
fault.
have taken care of my child during this time.
Why don't you pay my
She's
mother.
missing like 2 or 3 days of school a week.
She has
Really?
missed
She misses
no
a lot
school.
of school.
She
I
has
tried-
missed no
I tried to
school.
get her so she could go to school in my district, but she didn't want that. She would be at school every day if she was with me. But with her, she don't go to school.
Another
She
excuse,
lives-
but well, stop, Ms. Holt, but you're waiting on her to prepare the court order so you can get custody too, right?
No.
So why don't you ask for custody since she's not taking good care of your child? Another excuse why you shirk the responsibility. It's easy to sit up here and point the finger and talk about what she's not doing because she has your child, but I don't see you going to do anything about it. You're not going to get her. Stand up to me now sounding all good and pompous. That didn't do any good. You haven't filed one piece of paper so you can go and get her. And that's what happens frequently. You complain about what mother is not doing, but you're not doing anything yourself. You want her in school? Go get her. Get a court order. Put her in school.
She is in
Let
school.
the judge know she's not in school.
She is in school. She has missed one day this year because she was ill.
I want you to understand, Mrs. Holt, I don't know if she's going regularly or not. The custody issue is not before me today. But if you're not sending that child to school on a regular basis, the authorities will find out.
That's right.
And I just may refer the matter so they can look into it. That child needs to be in school daily, despite what you think about Mr. Holt.
She
And
is
if
in
she's
school
not, you may
daily.
very well find yourself not having custody of your child. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So now the $700 that's left over from the time you were together, have you contributed to that?
No.
Why not?
She hasn't contributed to the one that she hasn't paid off my bill, so she's just messed up my
What bill?
credit.
What bill?
The one that I put in my name so she could have her stuff.
She says it's all combined. Isn't that what you
The-
said to me?
The bill that
No,
was
see,
in
the
his
one is
name
in
when
her
I.
name.
Let me explain. Let me understand it clearly.
Okay, this one is from when we were together. There is one after we separated that he had put in his name when I moved to another house. That
For
is
you
also
and your daughter.
unpaid. Yes.
And that's unpaid as well.
Yes, it's only $200 as I understand it.
As you understand it, they send the bill. You don't have to
I
understand.
have
All you
not
have to do is
received
read.
that bill. It's not in my name, so I have never received
Okay,
it
Mr.
again.
Holt, have you received it?
No, not in a long time, but last time I seen it, it was $350.
And you're not paying on that because it's not in your name. So where are you living? You don't need powers and light where you live?
I got power and light.
In somebody else's name, I take it.
Right, with the person I live with.
Oh, that's why you're not worried about her powers and lights because yours is on.
I pay the bill where I'm at.
Oh,
I
and
pay
your
my
daughter
bill.
doesn't live there.
No, he lives with a woman with 3 children, and he does not support his daughter in
Excuse
any
me,
way.
you're paying the power and light bill where you live with another woman with 3 other children that are not yours? Is that what you're telling me? Answer my question.
Yeah.
And you managed to pay hers, but your daughter doesn't
Well,
have
it's
power
mine
and light.
too. I live there. It's my house.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You don't see anything wrong with that scenario.
Anything she ever asks for my daughter, she gets it.
He
You know
goes and
what?
gets her
I'm
the
gonna
toys
stop
she asks
You're going to
for.
stop asking. And you're going to start doing some things as a father, and you're going to get a support order so you don't have to ask him. Because obviously he won't do it willingly. I don't understand that mentality. You can go live with somebody else, take care of her and her children, nice. But you don't neglect yours in the meanwhile.
I don't neglect mine.
Christian, live up to your name.
I don't neglect mine.
As you would that people do unto you. You wouldn't want to live anywhere with no lights and gas.
I don't neglect my daughter.
You think you're not.
She feels neglected
no.
by
If you're
you.
only giving her stuff when she asks, you're neglecting her. I said it, don't tell me you don't.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
What do you people do? Don't you read any laws?
And an update on the case of Leslie Schmitz versus Michael Rutter.
Your Honor, he abandoned us.
No, I abandoned you.
Divorce Court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce Court is back and the verdict is in the case of Donna Holt, who says her husband Christian would rather take care of another woman and her 3 kids than his own family.
The $700 bill that was yours together, you owe her half of that. The bill that you made by yourself, the power and light bill that was in his name, that's your responsibility. You were the one living there. You probably didn't pay it because you was mad because he was living somewhere else.
I
Is this
didn't
the
pay it
same
'cause I
woman you
couldn't
think
at
is a
the time.
prostitute?
No.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
Okay. You cannot pay your bills because you're angry at where he's living.
I couldn't pay it at that time, Your Honor, or I would have.
What else is going on?
We have, like I said, the bill from the Neon where nothing was ever paid on the car.
The car was repossessed, wasn't it?
Yes, but we still owe on it because he wrecked it before they ever would come and repossess it.
You are just two irresponsible adults. So now there's a deficiency judgment for that?
Yes.
And that's about what, $2,000 or $3,000?
Probably.
Probably? You haven't gotten it back yet?
I don't know. I haven't.
Oh, it's in his name?
Yes.
Mr. Holt, how much is that?
The car?
No, the moon.
It's $17,000.
17,000?
Right. And I've tried to pay it.
No, they've repossessed the car.
Right, and that's what they want. That's what they say I owe.
17,000 for a Neon? That's what the car cost new.
We had negative equity in it.
Negative equity. I've tried to pay it.
But they haven't sold it to anyone else?
It was wrecked.
Yeah. It wasn't wrecked
destroyed.
bad. It was minor.
Oh, it was wrecked completely.
Minor
so now
wreck.
they want you, and you didn't have insurance?
No.
What do you people do? Don't you read any laws?
I told you,
You're
he
riding
never
around
made
without
another insurance
You're
payment.
not paying bills. This world is not free. So you think that all you have to do is go down and sign up for a car, and then once I get it, I don't have to pay. I sign up for power and lights, and once I get it, I don't have to pay. What do you people think? Everybody else supposed to pay for your needs?
I've tried paying for the car, and they said I could pay for it with one payment. So.
You can pay for it with one payment?
Yeah, that's what they told me. I tried making payments, and they said I had to make one payment.
You know what? Don't give me that one either. Because if you start to make the payments, they're not going to send it back.
That's what they told me.
And so you didn't send them one?
No.
Another excuse. Your name should be changed from Christian to excuse. The electricity bill is, you've paid $800 on the bill that was combined together. It was a total of $800?
It was a total of $800. I now have it down to $458.
Well, he was responsible for half of it,
$488.
half of the balance that was there at the time you left. So you owe $400. Now, since you think if you pay it to her, she'll go club hopping, I'm gonna let you pay it directly to the Power and Light Company and see what they do with it. They may club hop too.
They might.
But I'm ordering you to pay $400 toward the last bill that was owing when the two of you separated directly to the Power and Light Company. And how much time, no, I won't ask you how much time you'll need because you'll tell me till next year. But be reasonable, Mr. Holt.
They'll make arrangements with him.
I understand that. I didn't ask you to be reasonable. I know what goes on. But he gives me excuses, so I want to let him decide this one himself. How much can you pay every month?
$100.
Good. That's real reasonable. $100 per month until that's paid directly to the Power and Light Company. That bill is in whose name?
Mine.
All right. Now, you owe $350 on the bill that was in your name only.
It was in his name only.
That was in his name only. Mm-hmm. So, no, this is what I'm going to order.
Okay.
Mr. Holt, you pay the bill that's in your name only, $350, and that will be counted toward the $400 that you owe her for the bill that was left there together. Then you pay the additional $50 on the bill that's in your wife's name. Do you understand that? And the balance of it is yours. Then he would have paid all that he owes. That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
When Divorce Court returns, an update on the case of Leslie Schmitz versus Michael Rutter.
With my income, she took upon herself to live the lifestyle that I was not able to afford.
Oh, that is not true.
Closed captioning for Divorce Court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in Divorce Court. Michael Rutter said he gave his wife Leslie a lavish lifestyle, but when the money ran out, she wanted a divorce.
With my income, she took upon herself to live the lifestyle that I was not able to afford. Clothes were bought like you couldn't believe. I provided her with almost a live-in maid. With the money that she got weekly from me, she bought jewelry.
Oh, that is not true.
Leslie and Michael came to Divorce Court to settle $31,000 of unpaid household bills.
Your Honor, he abandoned us.
No, I abandoned you, not
Well,
the kids.
that's
I
me.
abandoned a liability here, Your Honor.
Excuse me, and what about your children?
The judge ordered Michael to pay After court, Michael and Leslie sat down with a counselor where they agreed on a visitation plan for their children. They also arranged for their children to be the sole heirs of Leslie's inheritance.
I thought she was pretty fair for the most part. I still think that he should be personally responsible for the other bill, but at least now that it will get paid.
The judge's decision was very fair, and I like it. I'm happy with it.
He does need to take more time with his daughter and resolve the issues with his mother so that he can be a better father.
I told the judge, I mean, I go see her all the time, take her to do anything she wants to do.
It hurts me to see her hurt.